You won't believe what went down on the basketball court. We're talking full-on brawls, flying fists, and complete chaos. I'm talking about the top 3 craziest, wildest, and most insane fights in NBA history. Stick around to the end to find out which massive stars threw hands in the heat of competition. You'll be shocked when you see the footage of these epic basketball battles. The NBA has certainly had its fair share of heated moments over the years. Emotions run high when competitive spirits collide on the biggest stage. While trash talk and hard fouls are common, every once in a while things escalate into an all-out melee. Today, we're counting down the top 3 craziest fights to ever go down in the NBA. What happens when superstars lose their cool? How far will teams go to defend their honor? You're about to find out, so get ready for some unbelievable footage of the most shocking NBA brawls of all time. The NBA has seen plenty of intense rivalries and heated moments over the years, but occasionally, these combustible elements explode into outright chaos. Let's take a look at 3 of the craziest, wildest brawls that actually went down in NBA history. The Malice at the Palace. No list of crazy NBA fights would be complete without mentioning the notorious 2004 Malice at the Palace. This remains one of the most shocking and disgraceful incidents in basketball history. It all started with a hard foul by Indiana Pacers forward Ron Artest, now known as Meta World Peace, on Detroit Pistons center Ben Wallace late in the game. Wallace immediately shoved and confronted Artest, sparking a scuffle between the teams. The refs broke it up, and players returned to their benches. But the situation soon spiraled out of control. A fan threw a cup at Artest while he was lying on the scorer's table, leading Artest to instantly leap into the stands to confront the offender. Chaos ensued as Artest and teammate Steven Jackson physically assaulted fans in a frightening scene. Fists flew, chairs were tossed, and both players and fans alike exchanged punches in a surreal rumble-like brawl. Security struggled to restrain the combatants as punches continued to land. The fight eventually spilled onto the court before order was finally restored. In the end, Artest received the longest suspension in NBA history at 73 games. Overall, 9 players were suspended for a total of 146 games. The massive melee and violence involving players and fans led to a black mark on the NBA and changes in security at games. Kevin Garnett vs Dwight Howard. In November 2007, an altercation broke out between 2 superstar big men that nearly led to blows. Kevin Garnett and Dwight Howard had been battling all game long when things finally came to a head in the 4th quarter. On a rebound attempt, Howard swung his elbow violently, catching Garnett square in the face. Both men were ejected from the game for their aggressive actions in the heat of the moment. Jason Terry vs LeBron. James' bad blood between superstars Jason Terry and LeBron James overflowed into an altercation during a heated 2011 playoff series between the Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks. Late in Game 5, Terry committed a hard foul on James, sending him to the ground. A furious James immediately rose to confront Terry nose-to-nose as teammates rushed to pull the pair apart. James had some harsh words for Terry and needed help from an assistant coach to stop pursuing him. The next season, after Terry was traded to the Boston Celtics, the incident came to a head when both men were ejected for jawing aggressively at each other face-to-face. James could be seen warning Terry to never talk to him again. While the bad blood never resulted in outright blows, it highlighted the simmering beef between stars that can boil over at any time. Their rivalry was defined by these nasty confrontations that teetered dangerously close to an actual fight. Analysis of the brawls. These crazy incidents demonstrate how even the best athletes can lose control when emotions run high in the heat of competition. Several factors can escalate tensions into outright violence. Intense rivalries. Bad blood over years of competing can create volatile situations when opponents clash. Stars often have bitter rivalries that come to a head. Physical play, hard fouls, and physical intimidation tactics can lead to altercations and the urge to retaliate. Big hits quickly ignite short fuses. Passion and ego. NBA stars are passionate competitors who sometimes let ego take over in the desire to establish dominance and stand up for themselves. Perceived disrespect, trash talk, hard contact, or taunting can be seen as disrespect that demands a response when egos are involved. Frustration. Losing in high-pressure situations boils over built-up frustration that explodes at the slightest provocation. Crowds. Rowdy crowds and heckling fans escalate tensions that players sometimes take out on opposing teams. Uncontrolled aggression. Athletes are fired up to compete, and this adrenaline can override judgment and spur excessive aggression when challenged. Guards down. Players don't expect physical altercations, so are less defensive against possible violence in the heat of competition. Security flaws. Weak security presence and lax policies prevent rapid de-escalation, allowing blows to be exchanged during fights. These factors merge to create a perfect storm of anger and adrenaline that transforms from competitive fire into outrageous violence. While entertaining and even comedic in retrospect, these incidents threatened serious harm in the chaos of the moment. Fights hurt the NBA's image, undermine sportsmanship among young fans, and show stars as poor role models when serving suspensions. The league has taken steps to prevent repeats, including stronger security, conduct policies, fines, and awareness of diffusing tension on the court. Seeing pro athletes trade furious blows right on the court is certainly shocking and highly unusual in the NBA. While fights may stir up drama and headlines, they go against the principles of sportsmanship and fair play the game is meant to represent. But these brawls do make it clear that basketball players are normal people too. Even superstars have egos, lose their cool under pressure, and make mistakes in the heat of the game. These moments provide a glimpse behind the superhuman mystique to show their human flaws at work. So while no one wants to see punches thrown and chaos ruling the hardwood, we can't deny the guilty entertainment of witnessing these concepts collide in reality. Some of the craziest moments in league history emerged when the frenzied emotions of the NBA bubbled over into outright fisticuffs. Love the game as we do, but let's hope its biggest stars keep their hands to themselves and represent the sport with class.